Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope all are fine by Allah's grace. Dear students, in this class we are going to discuss something about numerical problems which is taken place in page number 14 in your textbook. Why this is means this is very important because it comes under long answer in laws of motion, that is unit number 1. Because as your syllabus we cannot expect only question and answers, you should be well versed with numerical problems too, because there is no blueprint, any type of questions can be asked. Apart from that, the better understanding of the concept will be occurred only by doing numerical problems. So come, let us go for numerical problems. First question is here, it is question number 4 here. The ratio of masses of two planets is 2:3 and the ratio of their radii is 4:7. Find the ratio of their acceleration due to gravity. See, in theory we have already learned that about gravitation. See, for example, this is mass of a planet m1 and another planet m2. The ratio of their mass is 2:3, or we can write 2/3. It means if it is 2 crore kilograms and it is 3 crore kilograms, that can be considered as, for example, as 2:3 ratio. Similarly, its radius is considered as r1 and its radius is r2. For example, it is 1 lakh kilometer. It is 4 lakh kilometer, for example, and it is 7 lakh kilometer. That can be given as r1 is to r2, that is 4:7 ratio. But what the question here asking is, it has a gravity. This planet will have a gravity g1. This planet also has a gravity g2. Now he is asking what is the ratio of their acceleration due to gravity, or we can write like this: g1 by g2. What is the ratio of their acceleration due to gravity? So this is the question to solve it. So as we aware that there is a relation between small g and capital G, that is gravity is equivalent to capital G into m by r square. It means that acceleration due to gravity is based on the universal gravitational constant and mass of the earth or mass of any planet divided by radius of that planet. Here this is the ratio which we have already, but we have to calculate here ratios of two planets. So let me consider as g1 as considered as gm1 by r1 square. That is, mass is considered as m1 for first planet and r1 square is considered radius of first planet. Similarly, g2 can be calculated as gm2 by r2 square. So this is our target to achieve. So g1 by g2 can be calculated as gm1 by r1 square divided by gm2 by r2 square. So this g and this g will cancel. What we will get is m1 r1 square divided by m2 by r2 square. As we know, see, this m1 and r1 square will be as it is. As it goes upward, it will be a cross multiplication, r2 square by, that is reciprocal, sorry, cross multiplication. So what will end? I am calculating m1 by m2 on one side and r2 by r1 as a whole square. Okay, what is m1 by m2? It is 2/3. What is r2? R2 is 7 and r1 is 4, as I am considering as a square. So 2/3, see, and squaring of 7 will get 49 and squaring of 4 will get 16. So 1 2 is 2, 8 2 are 16. So what we get is 49/24 is the ratio of their gravity, or I can consider as 49:24 is the acceleration due to gravity's ratio. Hope you understand. Next, second question. A mechanic unscrew a nut by applying a force of 140 Newton with a spanner of length 40 centimeter. See, let us consider a mechanic is unscrewing this nut in an anti-clockwise direction. So unscrewing it. What he has done means he has given a force here of 140 Newton. The length of the spanner is 40 centimeter. What is asking, what should be the length of the spanner? This is the length of the spanner. Let us consider this is F1 and this is L1. Here what is the length? L2. If a force of 40 Newton is applied here. Similarly, he is unscrewing one more screw by applying 40 Newton. Initially here 140 Newton was applied and the length of the spanner is 40 centimeter. But the question here is, what should be the length of the spanner if a force of 40 Newton is applied? So force F2 is degrees. So what will be the length of the spanner is the question. So given is F1 is 140 Newton, L1 is 40 centimeter, then F2 is 40 Newton, then what will be the L2? What is the length? See, this L1 40 centimeter can also be written as 40 divided by 100 to convert it into as meter. So that 40 can also be written as 40 divided by 100 can be written as 40 by 10 square. So 10 square is nothing but 100. So I can write like this, 40 into 10 power minus 2 meter. This is very important. So I can write here the length is 40 into 10 power minus 2 meter. So what is L2? So the ratio is nothing but simple, F1 L1 is equivalent to F2 into L2. So as we want L2, I can write it as F1 into L1 divided by F2 to calculate the L2. That is the length of the spanner. So let us substitute the value of F1 is 140. Length of the spanner is 40 into 10 power minus 2 meter. Then force is 40 Newton. So L2 is as it is. This 40 and this 40 will get cancelled. So 140 into 10 power minus 2 meters is the length of the spanner. Or I can also calculate as 140 divided by 10 power minus 2 on dividing it comes as 10 square. So 10 square is nothing but 100. This will get cancelled. So dividing 14 by 10, we will get 1 by 4 meter is the length of the spanner. Hope you understood this question too. See, consider here one more question. A ball of mass 1 kg moving with a speed of 10 meter per second rebounds after a perfect elastic collision with the floor. So here is the floor. So a ball of mass 1 kg, mass is 1 kg, which is initially moving with an velocity, that is u is equal to 10 meter per second. What is this? After a perfect elastic collision, so here the ball gets collided here, then it rebounds. The same ball is rebouncing. So there will be some change in momentum. Yes, its velocity will become as v in an opponent direction. So what is the change in momentum? That is before collision and after collision there will be some change. Definitely velocity has been changed, means momentum will change. What is the change in momentum? Change in momentum formula is nothing but mv minus mu is the change in momentum. That's what we have to calculate here. See, let us calculate faster. Momentum before collision. Momentum before collision. As you know, momentum is a product of mass and velocity. So initial velocity is m into u before collision. So mass is 1 and initial velocity is 10 meter per second. So we will get 1 into 10 is 10. Mass is calculated by kilogram and velocity is calculated by meter per second. So this is momentum before collision. Okay. Now this is momentum before collision. What is momentum after collision? See here, mass into velocity v. Mass remains same, but velocity is in an opposite direction it moves. So it is minus 10 meter per second. So minus 10 meter per second is the momentum after collision. Now, what is the change in momentum? Change in momentum can be given as momentum after collision minus momentum before collision. So mv minus mu. What is mv? Minus 10 meter per second. This is mv. What is the mu? Is minus of 10 meter per second. So minus 10 and minus into plus minus another 10. So minus 10 will get minus 20 meter per second. This is the change in momentum. What does this minus indicate? This minus indicates that the ball is moving in an opposite direction. The minus indicates that the ball is moving in opposite direction. So hope you understand this numerical problems. Thank you.